Okay, today I'm going to talk about sanctions and the different types of sanctions there are. There are three types of sanctions. You've got civil sanctions. Civil sanctions are for an offence against the civil code. Normally the civil code is offences that are private, so it's maybe I do something against somebody, I damage them in some way, and it's between me and the other person. The state doesn't get involved. It could be something like not respecting a contract, for example. If your employer, for example, doesn't give you all the holiday you should have had, you can take him to court. It's a private matter between you and the employer. It's an offence against the civil code. And for that you have a civil sanction. And these sanctions normally are reparatory, so they repair the damage done. They try to put the person that has suffered the damage back into the situation they were in before they were damaged. So in this case, if my employer hasn't paid me holiday, we go to court and he'd have to pay me holiday and also my legal fees, the money for my lawyer. Another sanction is penal sanctions. These are offences against the penal code. This is when the state gets involved. The penal offence is when it's an offence against society, so it's public. If I start hitting somebody, it's not just between me and the other person, it's also the state gets involved because it's an offence against society. Because it creates fear in society, other people start feeling unsafe and suffer, and society loses its serenity. So the state will get involved in the form of a public prosecutor, a procurer. So the procurer, the prosecutor, will represent the state against me, and the police would be involved too. And I could go to prison, so it can be more serious because the punishment would have an element the sanction would have an element of punishment and rehabilitation. So I could go to prison, I could do social services, I could pay a fine, these types of things, house arrest maybe. It would have an element of punishment, rehabilitation, and also sending a signal to others not to do it, so deterrence. That's another element of that sanction. But it's considered more serious and it's stigmatised, so I would have it on my record, a penal record, a fidina. I'd have a criminal record to maybe show, I have to show employers if I go to do a job with children, etc., to show that, I'm not to be 100% trusted maybe. Another sanction is administrative sanction. This is when I do an offence against the order of the administration. So if I park in the wrong place or I sell something in the street where I shouldn't, etc., the administration can fine me. It can ask me for some money, fine, multa. And this wouldn't go to court. It would be direct from the administration to me and I just pay it. If I don't pay it, then I go to court and I can contest it. I can protest maybe if I don't agree with the fine. But normally I pay directly to the administration and it finishes there. There's no stigmatisation, there's no record that you have to show to future employers, etc., that people can discover about you, etc. So